In a small village surrounded by green hills, there lived a man named Salem, a kind-hearted but determined man, married to 4 women, Layla, Nawal, Samira, and Zainab. They lived in one house, sometimes filled with laughter and other times with arguments. One sunny morning, Salem woke up and decided to ask his wives to prepare his favorite dish, kibbeh, but he added a strange condition. Cook the kibbeh and pound it on the treadmill. I don't want a machine. Then he left to work in the fields, leaving his wives baffled. At home, the 4 wives began whispering. Layla, the wiser, said, "But he knows pounding kibbeh on the treadmill takes hours. Why does he insist on it?" Nawal, the practical one, suggested using the kibbeh machine that their neighbor Fatima had given them for Salem's last birthday. Samira, the cheerful one, laughed and said, "Maybe he's testing our patience." Zainab, the youngest and most curious, said, "Let's use the machine and finish quickly. He won't know." They secretly decided to use the machine, and indeed, they finished making the kibbeh before noon. But the trouble began when Salem returned home. The smell of kibbeh filled the house, but his eyes shone with a strange suspicion. He stood by the door and asked, "Did you pound the kibbeh on the grinder as you asked?" The wives exchanged glances, and Layla replied confidently, "Of course, Salem." But he wasn't convinced, as if she knew something she wasn't saying. At that moment, Fatima, the nosy neighbor, appeared at the door. She was an intelligent woman, but she loved to stir up controversy. "Salem, your wives have a kibbeh machine," she said with a sly smile. "Didn't I give it to you for your birthday?" The wives froze. They tried to deny it, but Nawal said, "No, there isn't one here." But Fatima insisted, "I'm sure of it. I saw it with my own eyes." Salem, visibly enraged, entered the house and searched the kitchen himself. Moments later, he found the machine hidden behind bags of flour. He looked at his 4 wives and said in a calm but firm voice, "Which one of you used the machine? Confess." But they insisted on denying it, each blaming the other. In a moment of anger, Salem shouted, "If you don't confess, I'll divorce you all." But instead of confessing, the wives began arguing with each other, further escalating the tension. Meanwhile, news of the dispute spread quickly through the village thanks to Fatima, who kept talking about the incident with the neighbors. The news reached Fatima's husband, Mahmoud, who was embarrassed by his wife's actions. He decided to confront her, saying, "You're the cause of this dispute. Why did you interfere?" After a heated argument, Mahmoud decided to divorce Fatima, accusing her of inciting strife. In Salem's house, matters reached a head. The 4 wives, trying to save themselves, began telling conflicting stories about the machine. Zainab said she saw it in Fatima's house, while Samira accused Layla of hiding it. But Salem, who had been watching closely, revealed the truth. "I asked you to pound kibbeh on the treadmill because I wanted to test your honesty. The machine isn't the problem, your lies are." In a dramatic moment, Salem decided to divorce his 4 wives, saying, "Trust is the foundation of a relationship, and you've lost it." The story ended with the small village transformed into a debate arena. Salem left home to live alone, while Fatima became an outcast for her interference. The 4 wives decided to work together to open a small kibbeh restaurant, where they pounded kibbeh on the treadmill by hand, making their restaurant the most popular in the village. Thus, a tragedy turned into a success story, but not without harsh lessons.